so I will present now the next one. It's a professor from Ghent, Dries Benoit. Dries, I fear you have an Ignite, so this is not something that you believe.
No, I cannot use that. Unfortunately, I realized yesterday how hard it was to give such an Ignite session. So I do my very best. Let's see how it works. Yeah, you can start the first slide if you want. So my name is Dries Benoit. I'm an assistant professor at Ghent University in business analytics. And 5 minutes is so short that I will title my slide basically Hello World. I don't know if you recognize my two favorite programming languages in the slide here. Who recognizes one or two of them? No. This picture was not taken today, but at a time where there were no high-pixel cameras available yet. About 8 or 9 years ago, I started my PhD that was partly funded by AXA. So I was here a couple of years ago too with my former supervisor. And for AXA, I did a project on customer lifetime value modeling. So at that time, the margins on home loans were very low, so they did not want to attract all possible customers, but only those customers that had a very high probability, let's say, of becoming profitable in the long run. And that's where we tried to help AXA with, and this was more or less successful, let's say. So after doing some other projects for AXA 2 related to social network analysis, predicting who will leave the company based on who they have links with, I finally got my PhD. This is already 4 years ago, and this year I will have my own first PhD student, so it really shows how quickly time flies. Now at Ghent University, as we have seen in the previous presentation too, we basically have 3 master degrees that are really targeted towards delivering those data scientists. Maybe the most well-known program is the Master in Marketing Analysis, already the 16th year already that this program is organized. Recently, Interfaces, a journal, showed that it was the very first analytics program in the world. New since next year is our degree in business engineering, a special degree in data analytics. 2 years program really to go in depth with these students. And finally, we have the Master of Statistical Data Analysis. 10 years that this program is organized. This year we will have some special events related to big data to celebrate this, and I will definitely share these events with you in the community. Now, of course, these programs all have some similarities, but are very different too. Some of them focus more on optimization, others focus more on data mining, while others focus more on the marketing part or on the marketing research part, the business side of it. And I basically teach pricing in these courses and Bayesian statistics. Now, this is Thomas Bayes. That's for me one of my favorite researchers. Most of my research is about Bayesian methods. And in the last minutes of this talk, I will try to convince you that Bayesian methods are really relevant in the area of big data. Although they might be a bit complex to some, I think they are really valuable. I try to give 2 simple examples of that. First example is something that happened even this week. One of the PhD students at our department came to my office and he told me, I have this huge data set with customer time series, but I would like to model every individual customer time series on its own, not as a whole. But I do not manage to have my parameter estimates converge. And I think this is really crucial. I've heard people talk about our data lake. I do not really agree. Definitely not in marketing. We have more data puddles. We have wide puddles of very low depth. We have lots of customers, but per customers we have very few data available. Now what can we do? We can treat all our customers as equal, throw all the data together and estimate a single parameter for all our customers. But that's of course suboptimal because we know that all customers are not alike, but our customers are very different. Ideally we want to estimate a model for every customer on its own. And that's something where we can really use Bayesian methods. Bayesian methods allow us to use information from other, possibly similar customers to estimate information, to estimate model parameters about our focal customers. So the problem of that PhD student could be solved with Bayesian methods. Now another situation where Bayesian methods really shine is when you have expert information available. So I think we are all familiar with building some models and then presenting them to management, and then some parameters might not be what management thought they would be. And then they get skeptic about the model, they do not want to implement it anymore, and so on. So what can we do? I think as data scientists we should not only focus on data but also on these expert opinions. And Bayesian methods can help us to use these expert opinions, to combine them with our prior distributions, as we call them in Bayesian statistics, and combine them nicely, weight them nicely with the data information that we have to come to an optimal solution. Now, if you find all these things interesting, you are very welcome to talk to me. Unfortunately, not after this talk, because I have to leave because of another appointment at Ghent, but definitely send me a mail. Thanks.